This is part 2 of the natural and character animation video. So in the book they want you to create a tail. So let's create a new symbol, call it tail. Grab the rectangle tool. And let's not make it too long. Let's zoom in on the end. Use the selection tool and let's kind of round it so it's a little more tail-ish. Guess that's fine. Yeah. Now we use the bone tool to indicate where it starts and all the little pieces. Break it up as many parts as you want. I'll do like that. Now let's grab the arrow tool and see if we can do something with it. So I'm thinking I'll position it like so. And then let's go out, I don't know, 40 frames or let's say F6. Okay, then go 20 frames, F6 again. So by doing it that way, the end points are the same, and your book even points out the strategy of doing it this way, because if the end points of this loop are the same, then there will be no twitchy, jumping moment when it repeats. So now we'll just, if we just change the position a little bit, then while the monkey's walking, it's going to do that, which kind of makes sense if you think about a monkey using its tail for balance. So let's go back out to scene 1, drag the tail onto the stage. Brown is not exactly the same, which if that bothers you, you can use this selection tool to go down to the level where you actually can suck out that color, then go back to the tail and dump that paint into that. So now it matches it. That is much better. So I don't know if you are experiencing the same thing, but whenever I try to export it, I just get nothing. It's a canvas. They've saved it as a canvas. And plus I get this annoying easel.js warning, which really doesn't mean anything to you unless you're going to use easel.js. I looked into it. But I hate having to double click that to get out of the way. So what I'm going to do is copy this over. I'm going to copy these frames, and I'm going to open a new Flash document, and I'm going to make it ActionScript 3. Then I'm going to paste. Oops. I'm going to paste. Nope. Oh yeah, paste. Right-click paste. Okay. And now Control-2. I can see the monkey's bigger than stage, so I'm going to hit Option-Command-S, 75%. I'll use a free transform tool to kind of reposition him. Let's see what else. Okay, at this point we want to make him look like he's walking. And so, let's see. Alright, so same as we did before, let's go out maybe 50 frames, hit F6, and then at, I don't know, 15, F6 again, 35, F6 again. Maybe move that over a little bit. So it's going to be walking, so let's put this foot out front, and this foot back. And if you hold shift, you can move or pivot just one part. So that foot went forward. Let's send this arm back. And notice we're on the second node or whatever. I'm not doing this on the first one. So it's going to be like that. And then when we get to here, they're going to switch positions. So here, the forward arm was out front. Now we want the forward arm to be out back, and the back arm, the more distant arm, to be that way. And let me see, here we had this foot. And actually, I think the book actually puts this whole leg back more, which is probably a good idea. Let's select just that, and we'll say send backward. And then we'll do it again. It's not behind the shorts yet. There. Alright, now back to the task at hand. At this position we have this leg forward, so we need to have that leg backward. So let me just drag it back and this one forward. Oops. So hit return and let's see what this looks like for now. Oh, we lost the tail. We gotta hit F5 to make sure the tail doesn't disappear. Let's hit command return so it watches. That doesn't quite look the way I would have hoped it would look. Let's see, starts out in that position, goes here, goes there. I would actually like this to be maybe the starting point. And let's copy that pose, paste it there. Maybe we'll move this to the middle. And now see what it looks like. It's better, except for that foot. So, let me see. Watch the animation kind of slowly. Okay, if we take this and point it more like that, that'll probably solve a little bit of the problem with this. Let's make that foot, hold shift, and rotate the foot like that. So that way it'll just kind of sweep that way. In fact, it might be a good idea to exaggerate that even more. Hold shift. Here. Alright, let's watch that. So for now, that front, this pose doesn't quite match that pose. So I'll just copy this pose, if it'll let me. Click off, copy pose, click off, right click, paste pose. About that, let's see. That's better. Alright, so let's say you've tinkered with it enough, you got it the way you like it, and the next step would be, this is all out in scene 1 actually. I should copy all of this and insert a new symbol, walk cycle. Now we'll paste it right here. So now inside the walk cycle symbol we have him walking. Out here we actually don't need any of this. Let's remove frames, and in fact let's remove that and remove that. So we got rid of everything. Monkey. And we'll drag the walk cycle onto the stage. Now if we just play that, it's a sub-movie. I may not like the way this leg is protruding out past the shorts, but I'm not going to deal with that right now. Back to the timeline. What has happened to my timeline? There we go. So this is inside here. If I double click, we're inside the walk cycle. Well, we need to animate him across the screen. Now, I could do it right here, but I'm going to actually convert this to a symbol once more, and this will be the monkey mover. that means if I double click now, it's not going to be the walk cycle, it'll be the monkey mover, which will be an empty timeline. And if you're wondering what happened to the walk cycle, you double click again, that's where the walk cycle is. So you can see the levels here. Scene 1 was like the main timeline. Monkey mover is now an empty timeline, and walk cycle is this one. So this timeline is taking care of the swinging of the arms and legs. Monkey mover is what I'm going to use to move them across the screen. So I'm going to put them over here, and I'll just right click them and say create motion tween, and then while holding shift I'll just drag him across the screen, and obviously he's going to move really fast if we leave it like that. So I'm going to select most of these and just hit F5 a few times. That way it takes him longer to get across the screen. So that's pretty good. Yeah. You see the tail is playing its own animation, the walk cycle is playing its own animation, and then the monkey mover is playing its timeline as well, which moves them across the screen. You can go inside the walk cycle and see if I click on the 10th frame and I move his head a little bit, it makes a keyframe for me. Same thing here if I move it that way. So, very nice. And that is it for this video. Good job if you made it this far. See you in the next video.